Now, like physical designers, so like I have a book about casino design.
Mm-hmm.
It costs $1,500, and it's huge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's full of diagrams, charts. They have down to a science the layout of that floor to force you, without you being pissed off about it, to see this, hear this, move here, move there. Okay? And so by the physical layout, they have choreographed your movement from the minute you come in the door until you leave.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody walks into your store, is their movement controlled? Okay? And it's also the control of the salesperson.
Hello, and welcome to this month's Masterclass. My name is Darcy Juarez. I'm here with Dan Kennedy. And Dan, I think one of the things that sticks out to me about magnetic marketing is systems. I love it. Not just because it makes our lives easier, but the outcome it produces is infinitely better. So I'm really excited about today's class topic, which is sales choreography. You started writing and talking about this, and I remember sitting in audiences hearing you talk about this in about 2009. What really kind of triggered this?
So my entire life has a bane of its existence of advertising and marketing getting the blame for sloppy selling. Okay? That the lead, the prospect, gets delivered by the advertising and marketing into a completely dysfunctional and ineffective selling non-system, and the advertising gets the blame. Okay? The marketing gets the blame. Oh, it's bringing in, crappy customers, right? And, it's a lifelong irritant. For some reason, perhaps in 2008 or 2009, I was more irritated about it than on a broad basis. I contributed to, I co-authored a book with Sidney Barrows called Uncensored Sales Strategies. And she actually used the term, I think I heard it from her for the first time, of sales choreography. And from her, I always say it's her prior life, for a few years, she was in the escort service business, high-end, and became infamous as the Mayflower Madam because her roots go to coming over on the Mayflower. But as she described to me how precise the choreography was of the dispatched young lady to the hotel room, from where to stand, to turn so that always wore a coat so that the gentleman took the coat off for her, programming people about how they should behave as gentlemen, right? I would not have thought that level of precision, that level of strategy, that level of system would be found in such a business. And I would wager you wouldn't find it in that business anywhere but with her. She came out of one of the big department store chains, management training programs, Bergdorf Goodman, I think, if I remember correctly. And it turns out she's a very precise thinker about how to do everything. And I worked with her on this book. The book is unfortunately out of print, I think. You have a copy, but I think it's out of print.
Dog-eared and everything.
I imagine used copies and stuff can be found, at least in that edition. Page 140 through 150 alone are worth the price of admission. So after doing that, I stuck with the term choreography, and started to talk about it in those terms.
So let's start with the definition. What you consider sales choreography?
So it is the polar opposite of sloppy selling, right? So sloppy selling is disorganized. It's inconsistent. It happens one way with this prospect, a different way with another prospect, one way on one day, a different way on another day. It's unscripted. So it's left to each salesperson versus a defined process. So choreography is the polar opposite of all that, right? It's the design of the movement of the customer prospect from square one, whatever that is, all the way to and through the sale. Right? Now, like physical designers, so like I have a book about casino design. It costs $1,500, and it's huge, and it's full of diagrams, charts. They have down to a science the layout of that floor to force you, without you being pissed off about it, to see this, hear this, move here, move there. Okay? And so by the physical layout, they have choreographed your movement from the minute you come in the door until you leave. So somebody walks into your store, is their movement controlled? Okay? And it's also the control of the salesperson's movement with them from square A all the way to the end of the sale. So if I'm supposed to take you over here and show you this first, that should happen every time.
Check out the website down below to get full access to all the Masterclass videos from Dan Kennedy. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out these videos.